Logan lies down on a special table, and to prove the procedure is safe, the doctor makes a cut on Logan's face and instantly heals it. When the procedure is about to start, the doctor gets a call that causes him to turn against Logan, so he turns off the healing and uses the surgery lasers to attack him. Jessica notices and pushes the doctor off the controls as the laser cuts Logan's chest, making him jump off the table and try to open fire. The doctor quickly disarms him and starts fighting him hand to hand, so Logan pushes him on the table and lets the machine kill him while he runs away with Jessica. At that moment, Francis shows up to stop them, but Logan just knocks him down and keeps going. In the 23rd century, war, overpopulation, and pollution have ravaged the world, so now survivors live in a huge domed city that has been sealed away from nature. The society here only lives for pleasure, and they're led by an AI so they don't have to work. This computer even handles reproduction, and none of the babies it produces is raised by their parents. Every person is born with a gem on their hands that changes colors as they grow older, and red indicates when they're about to turn 30, which is the age when everyone must be terminated. This way the computer can keep the population under control. The termination ritual is called carousel, and the residents don't see it as death. They think they're being renewed and brought back to life as babies. This is the reason why everyone's names have numbers on them. Sometimes there are people who find out the secret behind carousel and try to escape before they get killed. These rebels are known as runners. To stop them from escaping, the computer creates the Sandman, which are the equivalent of the police. One of these Sandmen is Logan 5, who today is stopping by the nursery to see Logan 6, a baby that was born from the seed he donated. However, his friend Francis 7 activates the alarm on purpose, reminding Logan that it isn't good to be curious. Then the duo joins the crowd that is going to attend this month's carousel event, which is entertainment for them. While the Sandmen wear their black uniforms, the civilians wear clothes that match the color of their gems, so the Sandmen know to keep an eye on those wearing red in case they try to run. When the ritual begins, the victims enter the stage while wearing masks and stand around a giant lotus. Then the stage begins moving in circles and making the victims float up. One by one, the masked people are killed with a small explosion while everyone in the public cheers for them. Logan and Francis are having lots of fun, but they suddenly get a message that there is a runner trying to escape, so they immediately go after him. Logan uses a scanner to find the runner's presence, and as soon as they see him, they open fire. A chase ensues through the facility, and the Sandmen actually laugh whenever they shoot, enjoying making a runner suffer. Eventually, the poor guy is cornered against a balcony and he falls to his death. Logan uses the scanner to do an identity check and notices the guy went through a face change. While waiting for cleanup, Logan confiscates the runner's belongings, including a small metal ankh. Soon the cleanup team arrives and uses a special gadget to vaporize the body in seconds. Afterward, Logan goes to his luxurious Sandman apartment and uses a machine to summon a companion to do the naughty with. First a man appears, but Logan quickly changes it for a woman and meets Jessica 6, who is wearing an ankh necklace. When Logan tries to get frisky with her, she says no because she's feeling sad after losing a friend in the carousel. Logan doesn't understand, and he's disturbed when Jessica says termination equals killing. He keeps insisting on getting busy, but Jessie turns him down again, explaining she only wanted to see how Sandmen live. She wants to know why it's wrong to run, and Logan immediately scolds her, reminding her it's wrong to ask those questions. He worries she may be a runner, but she's still young and she won't be red until next year. Their conversation is interrupted by Francis, who arrives with two girls to have some fun. Jessica rushes out of the room while Logan joins the group. The next day, Logan comes across a bleeding Sandman and learns that while going after a runner he was attacked by the Cubs, a group of teenage rebels. Afterward, Logan and Francis enter the Sandman headquarters while discussing face changes, since the runner from yesterday got his done on his last day. This makes Logan wonder if the people in the clinic may be helping rebels. Then he hands in all the confiscated objects, which takes the computer longer to scan than usual. Suddenly the AI tells him to sit and identify the ankh symbol, but Logan never saw it before. Next it asks him about the word sanctuary, which Logan never heard either. The AI explains the ankh and the word sanctuary have been connected to 1,056 runners that haven't been caught yet, but Logan doesn't think that should be possible and wonders if any of them were renewals from the carousel. The AI doesn't answer, and Logan begins suspecting if renewal was ever real. Suddenly the computer authorizes Logan to penetrate the city seals and leave the dome to catch all these runners, but Logan is confused again because supposedly there's nothing outside. The computer doesn't answer that either and orders Logan to pretend to be a runner so he can find and destroy the sanctuary. When he points out that his gem will give him away, the AI removes years of his life, so the gem indicates he'll die soon. Logan panics and wants to know if he'll get them back after the mission, but the computer tells him to grab the ankh and leave before it turns itself off. Confused and disturbed by this encounter, Logan goes to see Francis and asks him if he's ever seen anyone get renewed, but Francis just thinks it's a dumb question. Afterward, Logan summons Jessica to his apartment and shows her the state of his gem, saying he wants to run. Jessica is wary and pretends she knows nothing, so Logan shows her the ankh that matches her necklace and uses the word sanctuary. However, Jessica realizes he killed a runner to get that and doesn't think his intentions are good now, so she just leaves. Logan follows her discreetly but only sees her hanging out with some friends. He doesn't know that they're a secret group of runners that tell Jessica to kill Logan because he knows too much. Sometime later, Jessica tells Logan she'll help and brings him to the arcade, but before she can kill him, Logan is informed of another runner. Jessica goes with him to find the rebel, and on their way there, she wonders if its true cubs are as wild as they say because they were born from breeders. She wishes she could have met her mother, which Logan finds laughable. Eventually, they make it to the Cathedral Station, which is a reservation for violent delinquents. The area is in a sorry state, and as the duo looks around, they're surprised to find a little girl who tells Jessica not to be afraid and then runs away. Jessica wants to go after her, but Logan thinks it may be a trap. Using his scanner, Logan finds the runner, but before he can move, the cubs jump out to surround them, threatening with violence. Logan says he feels sorry for them and begins to question their logic since nobody stays here after turning 16, causing the cubs to try to shut him up. However, when Logan begins shooting his gun, they get scared and immediately run away. Afterward, Logan uses his scanner again and finds the runner, who tries to defend herself. Logan surprises her by saying he wants to help and showing her the Ankh, unaware that Francis has arrived too and is overhearing everything. The runner doesn't know anything about the sanctuary, so Logan gives her some blind gas for protection and then leaves with Jessica. Before the runner can react, Francis comes out and kills her. On their way out, Jessica tells Logan that she believes him now and won't kill him, but she still refuses to take him to her friends because they won't respect a Sandman. Then Logan announces he wants a new face and they go to the surgery center that secretly helps runners. When Jessica tells the doctor that Logan wants to run too, he's skeptical that a Sandman can do such a thing. Logan lies down on a special table and to prove the procedure is safe, the doctor makes a cut on Logan's face and instantly heals it. When the procedure is about to start, the doctor gets a call that causes him to turn against Logan, so he turns off the healing and uses the surgery lasers to attack him. Jessica notices and pushes the doctor off the controls as the laser cuts Logan's chest, making him jump off the table and try to open fire. The doctor quickly disarms him and starts fighting him hand to hand, so Logan pushes him on the table and lets the machine kill him while he runs away with Jessica. At that moment, Francis shows up to stop them, but Logan just knocks him down and keeps going. Francis soon recovers and begins chasing them, so Jessica takes Logan through a secret tunnel in the love shop. They see lots of naughty things there and the workers try to distract them, but the duo leaves through the back door while Francis follows them closely. Eventually, they make it to an abandoned area where the runners hide, and Logan secretly activates the tracker in his scanner to alert the other Sandmen. When the runners show up, they surround Logan with burning spears because they don't believe he's really running. But at that moment, the doctor's secretary shows up and tells them he saw how another Sandman had been chasing Logan, which proves he's a fugitive. The group allows Logan to take the tunnel to the sanctuary, and even though Jessica still has a few years left, she wants to go with him. Suddenly, a wall explodes and the Sandmen come in, opening fire on any runner in sight. Logan runs with Jessica while shooting back to protect her and comes across Francis, who tells him to kill Jessica to prove his loyalty. Logan shoots to scare him off and the duo begins running again until they reach a door that requires an Ankh to open it. Jessica takes off her necklace but it falls in the water, so Logan uses the one he took from the dead runner instead. The door opens and the duo crosses it right before it closes again, leaving Francis outside. However, he sees Jessica's necklace in the water and retrieves it to open the door, soon returning to the chase. Meanwhile, the duo is shocked to find a breeding pen with fish inside and they think it's savage that people used to eat them. As they move further inside, they're found by Francis, who opens fire and destroys a water tank that soon floods the corridor. The water pushes down Jessica and Logan, but they manage to grab onto the stairs and find a door to escape. They end up on an elevator that immediately goes up and takes them into a frozen room filled with ice sculptures and furs. Suddenly, a creepy robot named Box shows up, saying he's got food for them and that he's a fusion of machine and man. Logan and Jessica want to know about the sanctuary and the other runners, so Box takes them to another corridor to reveal a disgusting twist. All the runners have been frozen to be used for food. This room used to be the place where food was delivered, and when food stopped coming and humans began appearing instead, Box didn't see the difference. In fact, Box wants to harvest Logan and Jessica too, so a fight ensues during which Logan shoots his gun a few times. Some stray bullets hit the cave and it immediately starts to crumble down, so Logan and Jessica use the distraction to run away. The duo takes a less cold tunnel and eventually finds a huge hot ball in the sky that they don't recognize as the sun but makes them realize they're finally outside the city dome. They start making their way down the mountain, experiencing what it's like to walk on rough natural terrain and getting tired soon. When Jessica sits on a rock, she freaks out when a small lizard touches her leg and says she hates everything. Logan calms her down and convinces her to keep going, unaware that Francis is still following them. After stopping to rest for the night, they finally find a river and decide to take a swim. It's then that they discover their gems are completely clear, meaning the dome's computer can't reach them here. To celebrate, Jessica finally agrees to get together with Logan. Sometime later, they notice some buildings in the distance and rush toward them, but they're disappointed to see everything has been abandoned and taken over by nature. They also find the Lincoln Memorial and are confused by the shape of Lincoln's face until they realize that's how old people look. They continue to search the area and find some graves, but they don't know what they are, and when they read the words beloved husband and beloved wife, they don't understand them either. Next, they enter the Senate chamber and hear a noise, only to be startled by a running cat. Further inside, they find even more cats and the biggest surprise, an old man. The guy doesn't remember his own name or know about the domed city, and he doesn't have the gem either. Logan and Jessica are fascinated by his white hair and the wrinkles, which Jessica calls cracks as she touches them to know if they hurt. The old man grew up with his parents, who are now dead, but he hasn't seen other people except for one or two random passers-by, meaning the sanctuary has always been a myth. While the old man shows Logan paintings of old people, suddenly Francis shows up and takes Jessica hostage. Logan tries to distract him by making him look at his own hand, but when Francis sees his gem is clear, he refuses to see the truth and jumps on Logan to start a fight. After lots of struggling and hitting each other with books and furniture, Francis attacks Logan with a flagpole, but Logan quickly disarms him and knocks him down with his own weapon. Feeling bad for him, Logan rushes to his friend's side and Francis notices the clear gem, which makes him believe Logan was renewed. Then Francis dies in Logan's arms. The old man teaches them what a grave is and they bury Francis in the cemetery. Afterward, Logan says he wants to bring the old man to the city to prove their system is a lie, but Jessica doesn't think things can change and wants to stay there. She accuses Logan of just wanting to kill more people for revenge, but he explains it's the opposite. He wants to save them from the carousel, so Jessica and the old man accept to go. The next morning, the trio starts their journey back to the city. The old man shares lots of old stories, and when they stop to rest, he explains what the words husband and wife are. Logan and Jessica like it and decide to call each other that. Sometime later, they reach a hydro plant that supplies water to the city, so the old man will have to wait outside while Logan and Jessica sneak inside by jumping into the water. They swim through a few tanks and finally get out through a pool, allowing them to reach the city just in time for another carousel. The duo shows the crowd their clear gems and tells them the truth, but the crowd ignores them thinking they're crazy and they end up getting arrested by the Sandman. The duo is taken to see the AI for interrogation, and a technique known as surrogation is used on Logan to look into his subconsciousness and download data from his mind. When the computer asks about the sanctuary and the runners, Logan's mind keeps repeating words like there's no sanctuary, old man, old ruins, and all frozen. The AI keeps asking the same questions because it thinks these answers are contrary to established facts, and seeing the memories in Logan's mind that confirm it caused the AI to overload. The machine releases Logan, and when the Sandmen try to grab him again, he quickly shoots them off and finishes destroying the computer on his way out. Suddenly all the buildings start to explode and people panic as they run around in fear and some get killed by the falling debris. The system failing means the city seals are down too, and the terrified crowd manages to go outside, where they meet the old man. Everyone is fascinated by his looks and tries to touch his wrinkles while Logan and Jessica watch with pride the beginning of a better society.